All right, I'm going to show you how to make a latte with the espresso machine. This video is because I have dog sitters that need to know how to use it, but if people start to watch it, I will make a better one where I'm not tired and it's better quality. So, we're going to make a latte. First thing you need, coffee cup. No coffee, no talkie before coffee. Okay. You also need milk, whatever kind. We're going to use coconut. If you want flavors, there's some over there. We'll get into that in a minute. And you also need to make sure that the beans are full. You don't have to fill it every time, but when it runs out, you need to fill it. I'll show you how to do that. And that there's water in the back, that the water tank is full. So after you have all the things, to put beans in here, you take the lid off, just pops off, and then in the middle there's a knob and you have to turn it to the left to unlock it from here. There's like 2 clicks to unlock it, and then you pull it out, dump in beans to the top, and then put it back. And then put your lid on. The back side, there's a handle. I'm trying to see. There you go. There's a handle. Pull up on the handle and then pull it backwards. And then the sink, you can just like pull over the sink and fill it with water. There's a max fill line, so just pay attention to that. Okay, and then you can close it by pushing it back, and then you have to like hold it closed and click the handle part on. Okay, beans and water. Just turn it on, you push the power button, and it makes an obnoxious noise. Alright, probably not going to be able to see me, but there we go. Okay, now we have to put grounds into here. If you want this is how you select if you want a single or a double shot. It says filter size, and then it says single and double. So if I wanted single, I would push this over to single, but I am making a double, so I'll do double. Okay, and then you're going to set this on top of, move the camera a little closer. Yep. You're going to set this on top of this little like gray shelf thing. Sometimes I also put like a small bowl under here, but I don't have any clean because it'll catch the grounds. You're gonna push this like a button, just like one click, and there's a button in the back that will start grinding the grounds. Now that that's done, sometimes the beans get jammed and you'll hear the noise, but no coffee is coming out. When that happens, I just unlock this and lock it back into position, and it fixes it. So now you have like this mound of grounds. Ooh, that looks so good. And you have to tamp it, which is like squish it in. So you use this up here to just press up pretty firmly. Okay, and then it'll get it in there. You can also, this is just a magnet, so you can also pull this out and push it this way, like on the counter. That's easier for you. Okay, now you can see I have like some grounds on the top. You have to brush those off because when we put this to pull the shot, you need to have like a clean seal. So, move this out of the way. I'll get to the milk in a minute. To put it in here, it in at like a 45-degree angle to put it up in there, and then you're gonna pull it straight to lock it in place. And there's an arrow under here that shows that too. You need a little glass, so you can use one of these, or I like to use the cute ones. And you position it under both sides of the spout, because it will come out of both. And then based on what you selected over here, single or double shot, you do the same over here, and there's single and double. Again, I did double, so I'm going to push that. And it'll take a minute for it to pull the shot. So we've got that, and it's not very much. I'm just gonna set this to the side for now. Okay, gotta move the camera. Now we have to empty these. It's hot, but you can just put it right in the garbage. So turn it back to the left to take it out, and there's still like water in it, so just be careful. And then you can just like, it comes out like super easily. And then I just rinse this out. Okay. Now we have to do our milk. Give me 1 second. You're going to need a wet rag at the end to clean it, so have that handy. All right. For the milk, on the inside is a, I don't know, marker for how much milk you put in. I typically do like a little bit less than 8 ounces. Depending on what kind of milk you have will determine how much it froths. So like regular milk, you could put in this much and it'll froth all the way up to the top, or steam. I don't know. Coconut milk does a little bit less. Same thing with almond milk and oat milk. So trial and error. Okay, depending on how much you need. I'm gonna start with 8 ounces for this. So I'm gonna put it in there. And then this is the tricky part. I'm gonna link to another YouTube video that explains how to steam milk, because it'll probably be better at explaining it than I am. But what you do is when you start to steam it, you place the wand, this guy, into like just the very top of the milk. Like it's barely touching the milk, but it's also not like splashing you in the face. And what you'll hear the sound when I do it, but it's introducing air into the milk. You're also gonna have a thermometer in here, and it just clicks to the side. And what I do is I keep adding the air into it, hold it at that spot until this reaches the yellow. And then you'll put the wand a little bit deeper into the milk until it hits green, and then you're done. So basically you're adding air into it until you get to yellow, and then at that point you're just warming it up the rest of the way. As you're doing it, you're gonna have to like pull the cup down like just a little bit at a time so that the wand stays at the top of the milk, but the milk is gonna get higher. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna put the camera on this so you can watch it, but again, watch the other video. You can also like practice this with just like soap and water is what they recommend to like you get a hang of it, or like worst case scenario, just like heat up the milk in the microwave if you've given up, just not in the metal cup. Okay. Move the camera again. This is gonna be very hard. here. So. Okay, this is good. This turns it on. You're going to pull it towards you to turn it on, okay? I'm going to turn it on. Once this starts to steam, then you have to turn it off. Put this in the milk and then turn it back on. If you put it on while the steam's coming out, you're going to get splashed with milk, so you don't do that. And you've got about like 10 seconds in between turning it off and back on for the steam to stay there. So here we go. And it takes a second for it to get going. Okay, so I'm going to turn it off, and then put it back in, turn it back on. This is kind of the sound that you want when you're like introducing the air, and you can see it's like barely touching the milk. I'm also resting the cup on the bottom of the coffee machine and on the wand to hold it steady. And you just kind of gotta play with it and adjust it to keep it at that spot. The cup will start to get warm. And so you can see both there. It's like spinning, that's called a swirling vortex. I'm just going to keep going until this gets to yellow. And now I just kind of put it in a little bit deeper so that it's warming it. Until it gets to green. See that, but it's still swirling. It's getting kind of bubbly. Coconut milk does that. Regular milk doesn't really do that as much. The idea is that you don't create bubbles like this, but I don't know layer in it with coconut milk. So, okay. And then anywhere in this green, you can turn it off. So I'm just going to turn this back off to the middle. If you push this all the way that way, hot water will come out of a different spout. This is where you want your rag to clean it off. Be careful, it's really, really hot. And then you will turn it back on just for a second in case any milk got in there. Okay, and then what you do is whatever kind you want. I would recommend starting with 2 pumps. If you like it sweeter, you could start with 3 and then kind of adjust from there. So if you want a latte, you're gonna do the pumps in here. Do you do 2 or 3 pumps of vanilla? Do 2 of these. Making this for Luke. If you want a latte, it's espresso first and then the milk on top. If you want a macchiato, which is a little bit more bitter and then it gets sweet as you drink it, you're going to do milk first, espresso on the top, and like pour it over. I'm going to do a macchiato for Luke, so I'm going to do milk. They say to tap this. There we go. To get the bubbles out. I don't know if it does anything for real. You pour it in there. Regular milk, it's a lot It's a lot more satisfying. Gets thicker. And then you pour the espresso on it, but I have to make another shot because I have to do a decaf one for Luke. If you want decaf, you have to just pour decaf grounds into the thing. You don't pull one, but I doubt any of you are going to have decaf. If you have questions, text me. All right. Cheers.